Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. For those of you that are new, my name is Austin Silver. I want to, again, thank you for being here. Thank you for being with me all of November. We're going to close out the month today with some great analysis. We're going to go over the calls from Monday, the direction that I was leaving you guys with, and then we're going to kind of set ourselves up here to ride the end of the week on a high note. We have a US bank holiday tomorrow with Thanksgiving. However, there's still good trades to be found, whether it's today, tomorrow, or on Friday. We're going to talk about Bitcoin, NASDAQ, US 500, all of that stuff. But if you're new, again, my name is Austin Silver. Make sure you follow me and subscribe to the Eightcap channel on YouTube. Eightcap, you can find them at Eightcap. You can find me at Austin Silver FX. I'm all over Twitter. I'm all over Instagram. I'm very easy to find. YouTube as well. Same handle everywhere. So make sure you guys connect with me. Let me know that you're tuning in from the Eightcap stream. I'd love to connect with you guys offline. So let's just jump right in. First thing, Bitcoin. This is what we've been watching the most. This is what I trade the most. So this is what we're going to start with. As you can see, we took out the June low, as I mentioned on Monday. We took that out last week with the FTX scandal happening 2 weeks ago, so to speak. Now, since then, it's been a little quiet. There's been some movement, but as you can see, we broke the zone at 17.5, pulled back, retested the zone at 17,500, and now have come down off of it, which set up a resistance zone underneath us now, support zone, whatever you want to call it, at about 15,600. So what do we do from here? Well, the 8 EMA is still under the 21 EMA. Price action is still outside the 8 EMA. So for now, because of that, and the fact that the TDI is under 50, the sentiment line is under 50, that confirms to us that we have a bearish bias in play. So we're going to look for this to continue to move down, but we are going to be aware of support in this 15,000 range. So anytime this drops down to 15,000 again, know that you want to check to see where we're at with this zone from the low set on November 9th. That's really what we're looking at to see if we can break that zone. On the shorter time frames, if we take a look at the 4-hour, you can see Bitcoin tends to do this where it will wedge. As you can see, if I draw here, you can kind of see this wedge forming, right? The wedge is broken. It's being retested here, and I'm thinking we're setting ourselves up for another move lower going into tomorrow, going into Friday. That's what I see here. Now, that on the 4-hour could be confirmed if we look over at NASDAQ and US 500. So NASDAQ is still in an upshift. 8 EMA is above the 21, which would make us short-term bulls. However, we have resistance above here at 12,000, and we have support underneath at 11,600. So the two zones that I'm watching are 12,000 and 11,600. If we break back under 11.6, I think we could see 11,000 again in the next couple of days. Really what I think we're waiting for, especially with today, we have the FOMC news at 2 o'clock today, FOMC meeting. Let's see what the Fed says. With unemployment on the rise, but inflation slowing down as of the last reading, it's going to be interesting to see what the Fed spits out at 2 o'clock. That gives us an idea of what they're going to do at their December rate hike meeting coming up in a few weeks. So for now, on NASDAQ, with it being sideways over the last couple of days, with it being at the end of what might be a bullish rally in this bear market, it would not surprise me if we get short ideas here going into the end of the week. US 500, after yesterday's price action, it looks bullish. Again, same thing though that I'm going to say. We are potentially at the end of the bull push in the overall bear market. Look at what happened last time. It pushed, it looked strong, and then it slowly faded back down. And it used news events here and here to drive price action way lower. So without any major news this week, it's a bank holiday, and other than the FOMC stuff today, there's not a lot to push this back lower. But I think if as unemployment claims are on the rise, you're going to see this come down. Now, unemployment is on the rise. If we take a look at Forex Factory and turn on the orange folders, you'll see today, if I refresh this, unemployment claims at 240K, which is higher than forecast of the 225. So more unemployment claims than was forecasted, which again shows unemployment on the rise. So that's why I think you could see indices continue to head lower after just chopping here for the last week. Gold. Gold is still showing bullish momentum. I think this is coming back to a great buy price here at about 17,030, 17,020. That's going to be a great level to see if we can hold the 21 EMA and push this thing higher. If this pushes higher, it's going to pull sentiment into the buy zone, and that's going to mean even more bullish ideas come to fruition. That's on gold. On oil, remember, we've been very bearish oil. I actually was short oil to pass another funding challenge last week. So oil, the move to the downside has continued. It's been volatile this week. As you can see from Monday, it pulled back about 9%, and now it's only up about 3% from there, 4%. So it's been volatile this week. It's been, I mean, if you look at it on the 15-minute chart, we dropped on Monday, shot right back up, came higher, and now we're back down into that push down from Monday. So it's been very volatile, but the bearish bias is in control, and that's because of the 8 and 21 EMAs and the market sentiment line being under 50. So still bearish on oil. Silver looking really bullish. Coming off the 21 EMA, that's similar to what I think gold's going to do. If you look at these two charts, they look like silver could be leading gold, right? If we get some bullish momentum here on gold, it's going to look just like this on silver. Slowing at the 21, breaking back out of the level after it broke for the first time. And Ethereum looks just like Bitcoin, with more bearish movement down to the 900, 800 level probably coming over the next couple of weeks. So to go over that, Bitcoin, I'm bearish. NASDAQ and US 500, I'm bearish, but waiting for more confirmation. On gold, I'm bullish. On silver, I'm bullish. And on oil, I'm still bearish. I think Ethereum follows Bitcoin, probably to the downside. And US 30, I have no read on this because I think this one, out of all the indices, it's the one that's hardest for me to read. It performs the worst in my back testing for the strategy I trade. So I focus on this one the least. I'm really focused when I trade the indices on NASDAQ or US 500. So that's the commodities, cryptos, and indices that I'm looking at. GU continues to break out on the daily time frame to the upside, now up to 1.12 almost, which is a big push considering we almost touched one. We almost went to parity, which would have been interesting. So GU still looking bullish, GJ still looking bullish. Even GN basing out here, it has not moved all month. Like all of November, this thing has not really moved. So this easily could be building a base, making higher lows and heading higher with the other GBP pairs. GCAD looks bullish. GA looks bullish. So all the GBP pairs into the end of the month here look very bullish. On the inverse of that, EN, EJ look bearish. ECAD following the CAD movement, that could come higher. EA, very, very choppy. And EU looks bullish as well. So you'll see EU and GU looking like they want to move higher as the dollar index looks like it wants to come down. Now, what news could drive the dollar index down more? If we look ahead on Forex Factor, you can actually skip ahead and see that Wednesday of next week, we have Powell speaking again. We have preliminary GDP numbers next week as well. There is also PMI for the ISM, which is very important. We want to see if that stays above 50. Other than that, non-farm payrolls next Friday are going to be the big news that everybody is looking at. As we head back into these next 2 weeks, you're going to see that news is going to drive us to start December. The second week of December, there's not too much going on. It really comes back on December 14th when we have the FOMC rate hike, the Fed funds rate hike. So it's all kind of leading to December 14th, about 3 weeks from now. That's going to be a big news event for the US dollar, and that's going to move indices for sure. But I think the other news events, the PPI here, like I said, the GDP numbers, the speech from Chair Powell, the PMI, those are 4 things that I would definitely keep an eye on. Even the preliminary GDP, like I said, the ADP non-farm, they would be very important numbers to watch to see, is the dollar index going to come down and this index is going to rise, or will the dollar index base out and start to pull some of those currencies back down as the dollar index could rise. But from my perspective, I think you're going to see more bearish movement on the indices. I think the Fed is not done raising rates, which is going to probably send markets back to their lows, or at least to test them. Are we going to take out and go to new lows? That would be too much for me to say, too much of a forecast. But I think to say that the bottom is in when we know the Fed wants to keep raising rates, that just doesn't make any sense. Remember, a recession has never, the market has never bottomed before a recession has ended. And we are, to some people's standards, still getting into a recession. It's still not even fully here. They're saying it's coming next year. So if that's true, again, another reason to think we're probably going to see new lows on the indices, probably going to test the high on the dollar index, and GU and EU probably come back down at some point. But short term, they are still bullish. Bitcoin still bearish, indices still bullish. So don't fight that trend. If what I do, and this is a good tip, when I have a fundamental bias that disagrees with what the chart is telling me, the technical side, I normally pull away. I try not to trade when the fundamentals and the technicals don't agree. That normally leads to me getting burned or me feeling stupid for taking a loss that I could have avoided. So really, where's the clean technicals? I think oil. Oil's great for shorts. If you look at the 1 hour, it shifted down last night, coming off that zone at 81, 82. It looks great. If you look at the 15-minute today, big push down to start the day. Any type of pullback is going to be great for shorts today. I would love to see a pullback on oil to test the low of day from yesterday right here. If we could test that low, that'd be great. And remember, I'm drawing that low with the pin low where the two candles to the left and the right are not lower. That's the two candle rule, we call it. So I think oil today could be great for shorts and silver could be great for longs. Gold and silver could definitely be good for longs as they hold that zone. Gold at 1730, silver at about 21 flat. These look like they want to come higher today. And at the same time, indices have already started to come back down. One piece of advice I'll give you guys too, if you use the 15-minute for trading, if the 15-minute 8 and 21 EMAs cross down pre-market like this, they normally won't just cross back up when the market opens at 9:30. They'll probably pin higher, but that pin won't cause the EMAs to cross unless there's news that drives it. If there's no news, this could pin up, give some good sell prices, and then still head lower today. That would not surprise me, especially because you have bearish divergence building, which means the RSI is falling, strength is falling, relative strength is falling, but price action is still rising. So with price rising and the RSI falling, that divergence created there, that tells me we could have a top in and that we might head lower from it. The top would be the high of day right here today at 40,000, or sorry, 4,011, 4,010 on US 500. 4,000 is going to be strong support above, strong resistance above. It was that before. And remember, traders use those whole numbers a lot. So just keep that in mind. Cool. So silver, gold, bullish, oil, bearish, and the indices more bearish than bullish. And same thing with Bitcoin, more bearish than bullish. But I think Bitcoin and the indices don't look as clean as the commodities today. So if you're looking for trades today, I like the commodities. I like GU, great rip long from yesterday. I think some of these GBP pairs, you could definitely catch more upward momentum. GJ as well. GCAT, look at that. Just unbelievable rip from yesterday. And that's partially because GBP had some news that came in, the PPI news that came in last night. So that's why they're moving as they are. On the euro pairs today, euro CAD looks great for longs, euro USD looks great for longs. Like I said, those two euro pairs are where I would be focused. But that gives you guys a lot of ideas to work with. I've covered a bunch of pairs here, 15 different assets. So hopefully you can find something to work. Hopefully you can find some money here to close out the week as we head into the holiday here in the US, and then kind of a funny day on Friday where some people still go to the store for Black Friday shopping, which I think is funny. You can get great deals online. Don't bother yourself going to the store. Stay home and trade, right? Come on, stay working. Don't slack off. But anyway, I appreciate you all giving me the time and the attention. It's been a great month with everybody. I got to thank Eightcap again. Everybody there has been awesome to work with. They're really, really talented people, talented, smart traders across the board. So please make sure you're subscribed to the Eightcap YouTube channel. Please make sure you check out my channel, Austin Silver FX. Subscribe to me. Make sure you follow me. Connect with me. I answer all my DMs. I'm easy to get a hold of. I'm happy to help share my experience. Listen, I've lost more money than most people will ever lose, but that is why I've become a great trader and a great trading coach. So I'd love to help you guys in any way that I can. And that's what I'm going to leave you with for the day. Enjoy your Wednesday. Good luck trading. Keep the bearish bias across most of the things except commodities and Forex, GU, EU up, but Bitcoin, the indices, oil, short that. That's the short bias I want you guys to try to follow into the rest of the week. All right. Have a great holiday if you're celebrating. If not, enjoy the rest of your week. Happy trading. And I hope to speak with you all again very soon. Thanks, everybody.